They were utterly captivated by the person you've become. It was like watching you step into your true self, and they can't shake the image from their mind. They were overwhelmed with surprise when they saw you. The change in you was so powerful, so evident, that they were left speechless, wondering how they ever missed your potential. When they saw you, they realized just how much they had underestimated you. The transformation in your confidence and presence was undeniable, leaving them completely mesmerized. They couldn't believe it was you standing before them. The growth you've gone through was astonishing, and it left them feeling both surprised and in awe of who you've become. They were speechless when they saw you recently. The strength and grace you now carry were like nothing they ever expected, and they've been thinking about it ever since. When they saw you, it was like a revelation. The person they once knew had transformed into someone entirely new, and it left them questioning everything. They were taken aback by how much you've changed. It was like seeing a different version of you, one that left them in awe and disbelief. They saw you and were floored by the transformation. It was like seeing someone reborn, full of confidence and grace, and they couldn't believe it was really you. They were surprised, to say the least. Seeing you in this new light, so full of life and self-assurance, was a shock they weren't prepared for. It hit them hard when they saw you. The growth in you was undeniable, and it left them reflecting on how much they've underestimated your strength. When they saw you, they were completely thrown off. The person they thought they knew had evolved into someone far more powerful, and it left them speechless. They were utterly astonished by the way you've grown. The transformation was so striking that they couldn't stop thinking about how much you've changed. They couldn't stop looking at you. The confidence you now exude was a shock to them, leaving them unable to shake the image of the new you from their mind. They were completely surprised by your transformation. It was as if you had stepped into a new version of yourself, and it left them wondering how they had ever overlooked your potential. They were in disbelief. The person standing in front of them was so much stronger, so much more radiant, that they couldn't believe their eyes. When they saw you, they couldn't help but be mesmerized. The way you carried yourself, the quiet strength in your presence, it left them in awe. They were left speechless by how much you've evolved. The transformation in your spirit, your confidence, was undeniable, and it left them wondering what else they've missed. They were struck by the person you've become. The growth in you was so apparent that it left them both surprised and captivated, unable to shake the image from their mind. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The way you've evolved into someone so powerful, so graceful, left them completely stunned. When they saw you, they realized just how much they had underestimated you. Your transformation was breathtaking, leaving them speechless and full of admiration. They were surprised to their core. The person you've become is so different from who they thought you were, and it left them questioning everything. They couldn't stop staring at you, completely taken aback by how much you've grown. The strength you carry now was something they never saw coming. When they saw you, they were completely floored. The person you've become is so much more confident and self-assured, and it left them in awe. They were left in shock when they saw you again. The transformation was undeniable, and it left them wondering what other surprises you have in store. Seeing you was like a revelation. The person you've grown into is so far beyond what they ever imagined, and it left them questioning how they ever missed it. They were completely surprised by your transformation. The confidence and grace you now carry were something they didn't expect, leaving them in awe of your growth. They couldn't believe the person standing in front of them was really you. The change in you was so profound that they were left speechless, trying to process it all. When they saw you, they were taken aback by how much you've changed. It was like seeing a new person, someone stronger, more assured, and it left them in awe. They were floored by your transformation, the way you now carry yourself with so much confidence and strength left them completely speechless. They couldn't stop thinking about you after seeing you again. The change was so apparent, so powerful, that they were left reflecting on everything they thought they knew about you. When they saw you, they were stunned. The transformation was undeniable, and it left them questioning how they ever took you for granted. I saw you from afar, and I was completely taken aback by the way you carried yourself. It was as if you'd transformed into someone stronger, more confident, more radiant. I couldn't believe my eyes. When they laid eyes on you, they were speechless. The person you've become is beyond anything they ever imagined. You've left them in awe, and they can't stop thinking about it. It was impossible to ignore you, the way you walked, the way you smiled. The energy you radiated was different, almost magnetic. They never expected to see you like that. They couldn't believe it was really you. The change they saw in you was overwhelming, like you had stepped into a new version of yourself, and it left them speechless. When they saw you, it hit them hard. How much you've evolved, how much you've grown. They thought they knew you, but now they're questioning everything they once believed. They couldn't stop staring. You seemed so different, so empowered. It was like seeing a side of you they never knew existed, and now they can't get it out of their mind. There's no denying it. You stunned them with your presence. They were caught off guard by the way you seemed to shine, like the weight of the world no longer held you back. When they saw you, they realized that they had underestimated you. The confidence and grace you displayed left them utterly captivated, and they can't stop replaying that moment in their mind. They thought they had you all figured out, but when they saw you recently, everything changed. You appeared stronger, more sure of yourself, and it shook them to their core. It wasn't just the way you looked, it was the way you moved, the way you seemed to command the space around you. They were surprised, even intimidated, by how much you've grown. You took their breath away. When they saw you, they were left speechless by the power and beauty you radiated, as if you had completely stepped into your own. They didn't expect to feel so much just by seeing you again. It was as if you had transformed into someone they could barely recognize, and they're still processing that moment. They couldn't believe it. The way you looked, the way you carried yourself, it was like you had become an entirely different person, and they're still in shock over it. They saw you from a distance and couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. The transformation in you was undeniable, and it made them realize they never truly knew you. They were so surprised by the way you've changed. Your energy, your confidence, it left them speechless. They can't shake the feeling that you've become someone they could never have imagined. It was like seeing a completely new person. The way you've evolved, the strength you carry now, it caught them off guard and left them in awe. They couldn't believe their eyes. When they saw you, they realized just how much you've changed, and it has left them thinking about you nonstop. It wasn't just that you looked different, it was your entire presence. They were stunned by how much you've grown, and now they can't stop wondering what else has changed. Seeing you again after all this time, they were floored by the transformation. You seemed stronger, more assured, and it left them questioning everything they thought they knew. They were left in awe of you, the way you carried yourself, the way you smiled. It was as if you had unlocked a new part of yourself that they never knew existed. When they saw you, they were hit with a wave of surprise. You seemed more confident, more powerful than they remembered, and it has left them thinking about you ever since. They couldn't believe how much you had changed. It was like seeing a new person, one who had shed the past and embraced something far greater. They didn't expect to be so affected by seeing you. The transformation was undeniable, and they've been replaying that moment in their mind ever since. When they saw you, they were stunned. It was as if you had stepped into your own power, and it left them questioning how they ever saw you any other way. They were completely caught off guard by how much you've changed. The strength, the confidence you now carry, it's left them wondering what else they missed about you. You completely surprised them. The transformation was so visible, so undeniable, that they were left speechless, trying to figure out how you became this version of yourself. They were in disbelief. The person they saw recently was not the person they remembered. You've become someone they can't stop thinking about. They can't stop replaying the moment they saw you. The change in you was so unexpected, so powerful, that it's left them questioning everything they thought they knew. You took them by surprise. The confidence you exuded, the grace in your steps, it left them mesmerized, wondering how they ever underestimated you.